how are you today? My name is Pst.St.KelviN Obas, and this is The Plain Truth. Thank you for sharing our videos and also for liking our page on Facebook. Today's topic says why you should not be too close to your pastor. All right, the Bible speaking in Matthew 13 verses 58, it said, and it did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief, talking about Jesus and his own people in his own community. All right, so naturally being close to your pastor is something that brings blessing, spiritual impartation, and also it also brings it's a privilege that can make the grace at work in his head to manifest in your life. All right, but let me say this before going forward. I'm not talking about pastors with misguided attitudes. I'm also talking about pastors that have zigzag attributes, the ones that have track record of evil reports. All right, that's not the one I'm talking about. My focus on this video is to show to you that even at the best, at the finest of all the men of God, they still make mistakes. All right, that is why they are called men of God. They are first men before they became of God. All right, the Bible speaking in Hebrew 5 verses 1 to 3 say every high priest is taken from among men. You know why? From among men, that means the same kind of a weakness that you have is also what pastors also have, but God empowers them to be better, all right, to be above. So being too close to your pastor can either be a blessing or a curse. How do I mean? Elisha walked with Elijah. He departed with a double portion of the Spirit of God upon him. But Gehazi walked with Elisha, and at the end of the day, you know what happened? It departed with leprosy. So either way it can, if you don't manage it with spiritual wisdom and with spiritual maturity, either way it can flow. So that is why I said it's very, very dangerous when you're too close without maturity. All right. Now let me say this. What are some of the dangers of being too close to your pastor? Number one, the mistake of overfamiliarity. Beloved, overfamiliarity is one of the things that will make the anointing not to flow very well to your life. Have you noticed people who are very close to pastors, they don't get that blessed like those who come from afar? Some of them don't get very blessed. You know why? Overfamiliarity. It was overfamiliarity that made Judas able to sell Jesus. Overfamiliarity can make you even play with the divine instructions that others are benefiting from other places. But because you are close, you don't take it serious. All right. So overfamiliarity is one of the dangers why you should not be too close. That number two reasons why you should not be too close is the danger of misinterpreting is human nature. Beloved, to be human is to be many things at the same time. It's to be strong and to be weak. It's to be courageous and to be weak at the same time. All right. There are many things that a pastor's wife manages that you, as a church member, when you become too close, you can't manage it. It can even make you fall out of faith. Pastors are humans. They cry. They also have pains as well. They pay bills. They have their own personal problems. Do you understand? So again, let me tell you the truth. Paul walked with God. A mighty walk with God. He came to a point in his life and he said, oh wretched man that I am. The things I want to do, I find myself not doing it. But the things I do not want to do, I find myself doing them. That is to tell you that the flesh in his life was still playing some roles. All right. But if you're too close, you can misinterpret it. That's another danger. The last one, which is very dangerous, is that the danger of interfering in priestly matters. Let me tell you, beloved, what happened in Numbers 12, verses 1 to 2, when Aaron and Miriam was discussing about Moses, God's servants. What they were discussing were correct, but God judged it differently. All right? You know why? Something that happened later is that Miriam suffered greatly from it instantly, but Aaron, who had oil on his head, who is a priest, he suffered his own later. So when you are close to a man of God and he's having another issue with another man of God, save yourself. Don't talk. Move on. Just say, Daddy, please. It's okay. God is going to have his way. Just play that role and you'll be safe. All right? Do you understand? So look. In conclusion, let me say this. I'm not saying you should not be close to your pastor. I'm saying don't be too close to save yourself of the dangers and the mistakes and all that. Don't be too close, because the question is that if you are very close, can you do all these things that will happen? Will you be able to use it to your advantage? That's the question you need to answer yourself. Beloved, let me tell you the truth, and lie not. It's easier to see the nakedness of the persons that are ahead of you, but can you manage it to your advantage? That's another question you must ask yourself. Let me tell you, if it will be our days, none of us will believe that David was a man after God's own heart. God says he's a man after his own heart. None of us would have believed it. All right. So being close to the man of God, you might judge him wrongly, but you must be close at all. Be close with reverence. Be close with utmost caution. All right? And then as you do so, God will bless you for doing so. All right? Anyway, my name is Pst.St.KelviN. Let me stop here. I believe that this advice is free of charge. You only pay for it when you don't take it. I'll see you again on the next episode. God bless you. Ciao, ciao.